Happy Friday. Do you know, yesterday was public holiday here in New Zealand. It was Waitangi Day. Weird having a Thursday off, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, here we are. So had the day off, and I've been catching up with friends, which has been really lovely. I've caught up with lots of friends, actually, and I've been really noticing the season. I was talking to my friend Jackie, and we were laughing about the seasons that people are in, right? And I think we're always in different seasons. And you know how when you're in something, you're so in it? And we were talking about how at the moment, I've got friends that are in their grandmother era. You know, they're into it. And they're fucking always showing you a photo of little fucking Tinkerbell, whatever her name is. And I'm like, yeah, cool. It's just not my era, right? Like, I love that, whatever, someone had a kid. Cool. But, I've had kids and cool. Like, it's just, I'm like, ugh. Looking after another generation is so far away from where I am right now. And I'll be so into it. Oh my God. I'll be sickening as a grandmother, I'm sure. But it's just not my thing at the moment, And then I'm like, what is your thing at the moment? And it's like, I know lots of women at the moment and they're in the menopause era. Ooh, they're just talking, have you had a hot flush lately? It's all they fucking want to talk about. And I find that really boring too, because it's like we identify with different stages of our lives. And I think it's really good to know and to own what era you're in, what stage you're in. I remember when I was 14, I was my hair. Like, I was in my hair era. All I cared about was my hair. I spent hours on my hair. I used to walk a different way to school based on the direction of the wind so that my hair would be intact, so into my fucking hair. And, and then, when you're in, you're like, oh, I've got a boyfriend. I'm in my boyfriend era. It's so cute. Like, I watch my kids and, my son's like, got a girlfriend. Daughter's like, got a boyfriend. And they're just obsessive. They get all obsessive about my boyfriend, my girlfriend. And I remember being that. It was a long time ago, but I remember being there. And then you get into that kind of like, I bought a house, or, I've got a new job. So you're in your career era, And when you're in your career era, it's like, you've got a job. And everyone's like, how are you? And you're, really good, I've got a job. So the first sentence you say when anyone asks you anything is, you've got a job. Or, yeah, my health's not that good. Or, yeah, I just bought a new car. Or, whatever it is, it's like, I'm a grandma. And it's like, it's our eras. And and so I don't really care. I just am really interested. I'm very nosy. So I'm always interested in your era. I want to know what the era is that people are in. And I think if you don't know, maybe you don't have one. And I reckon you should think about that. I'm in the space era. I'm in a space era, not outer space, not man walks on the moon. I'm in a space era where I just want space. And I literally, when you're thirsty and you're like, oh, I need a drink. I'm like thirsty for space. I'm like, I need space. I'm going, I open a drawer and I go, that needs space. I look at my calendar and I think, what can I cancel? That needs space, right? I look at my week and I go, that needs space. I just want space everywhere. I want lots of space around me. I don't even want someone sitting next to me on the couch. I'm like, no, you just pop over there. I want space. And I think my life's been very crowded for a very long time. And it's not like an optional era. It's like this era's just come on me. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'm good. I like it. But it's interesting to know. So I'm in my space era. So anything that thinks about space, talks about space, saves space, I'm into it. That's the way to get my attention right now. Right? I'm into it. And I think know what your era is. And if you don't know your era, you might just be stuck in a fucking Groundhog Day. And you're like, I don't know. I just get up and have breakfast and go to work. And you're like, bro, what's your era? Do you know what I mean? And then Jackie and I were talking the other day about how, when you're finished with an era, you kind of pull the ladder up underneath you and go, I don't care about that anymore. And then someone else is into, I just got a new job. And you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to have a job. I don't want a job. I just had a baby. And you're like, I don't want a baby. I remember when one of my dearest friends rang me, I think, to tell me she was pregnant with twins. And I was just like, I found this really cool card and it said, I'm so, so, so happy that you're pregnant, and I'm so, so, so happy that I'm not. Because I'm like, oh, fuck off. And like, I've got a couple of friends who've had a cancer diagnosis, and people were like, oh, and how's the cancer? And they're like, oh, go away. Like, they pulled the ladder up on that, like they're so done. They don't want to talk about cancer. Cancer was a huge part of their life for, so long. And then they've now moved on. And it's like, so what have you pulled the ladder up on? I've been thinking a lot about this and thinking about all the people in my life and going, like my eldest daughter's got a new job, and she at the moment is her job, right? And as she should be, because when you have a new job, it's a biggie. So she is her job. And so she's just job, because that's her world, right? And so it's like, that's cool. And when you know what someone's era is that they're in, I think that's cool. My son's just got a dog, and so he's in his dog owning era, just got a new dog. So everything's about the dog. And it's like, what era is everyone in? It's a really good thing to do when I like to play games with myself like this. So if I'm driving or I'm sitting on a plane, I start going through people in my life. Sometimes I write the alphabet on a piece of paper and I just go, right, who do I know that starts with A? What are they into? Who do I know that starts with B? Who do I know that starts with C? And it's a nice little game I play with myself to check in on my people. So I'm like, oh, I wonder what Alex is doing, right? I want to know, when I'm thinking about the letters really help me, the alphabet helps me, because sometimes you forget about people. You think, oh, fuck, I haven't heard from them in ages. But if you go through the alphabet and think, who do I know whose name starts with S? And then you think, wonder how Susan is. Wonder how Selena is, right? So I love that as a wee game. Think about their eras. And next time you talk to someone, ask them what era they're in. Like, what's the era? What's the thing that they're into at the moment? Where they're just, I've just learned pottery. So they're in their pottery era, or they're just going on, like they're just walking one of the great walks of New Zealand, so they're in their bushwalking era. Or what's the era? Or they've just bought a boat, so they're in their boat era. I love the idea of that, because I think our lives are just loads of eras all sequenced up. And this is what happens when our lives get disrupted, because, you go through a stage, and when you're younger, I reckon you have these eras that go boom, 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 for some of us, right? So for some of us, you go, oh, got a boyfriend, oh, got a house, oh, got a wedding, oh, right, oh, you got all these things. And it's like boom, boom, boom. And there's all this stuff happening, and you go through quite rapid change. And then it sort of is just like, oh yeah, I've got little kids, I've got school kids, I've got college kids, oh fuck, I've got teenagers, whatever you've got. And then you get into, the kids have gone. And then you're like, so now what? What's my era? And I see lots of women and some men in this space who get lost. They just get lost, and they don't know who they are anymore, because they used to be so-and-so's mum, or they used to be, and it's like, fuck, I don't know who I am. And I'm like, cool, go find out. Because life gives you these spaces to go, ooh, what's next? What are you going to do? Because all of a sudden, like, life loves a vacuum, right? And you've got this gap where either you've got a spare bedroom or some time in your life, because you used to, like, my youngest just got his driver's license, and all of a sudden I'm not needed for, oh, can you drive me here? Oh, can you drop me here? Oh, all of a sudden he's got the car, whoosh, 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 gone. I'm like, fuck, another pocket has opened up, another bit of space, because he doesn't need me to do any of that driving business anymore. Isn't that good? See, I love that. I always think of I'm a positive Polly, so I like every opportunity in that. But it's nice to think, and it's so great because he's so into driving that I just have to look in the fridge and he goes, what do you need? I'll go. I'm like, oh, awesome, man. Can you go get some eggs? Like, he's so keen. Isn't it nice having someone just dangling around wanting to drive everywhere and pick things up for you? I'm like, that's a good era. So it's interesting what eras we're in and what we're about. I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting with what we wear. You think, oh, that was my suit era, or that was my skirt era. It's like, what era are you in with your clothing? I tell you what, I'm in my Birkenstock era. my Jesus sandals. Oh my God, I swore I'd never wear them. If you haven't tried them, they are the most comfortable things I've ever had within a metre radius of my body. Like, fucking hell, they're amazing. I've now got 4 pairs, and I'm addicted. And I'm trying to work out how I can turn them into a stage outfit. Don't think they really work. But anyway, I just love them. Oh, and so I'm in that, and I never thought I would wear that. But my feet have been giving me grief. So all of a sudden I'm, really sensible arch supports and heel counters are my thing. And I'm in my Birkenstock era and are the best things in the world. So yeah, in the supportive shoe era. Sounds a bit boring, doesn't it? Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. So it's about what era are you in? I like that. I want you to spend the day thinking about what era you're in, and then notice what era other people are in. Go and ask your partner, what era are you in? What's your thing right now? Because I think that's an interest. And if you're not in an era, maybe start thinking, what is my next era? Is my next era travel? Is my next era a new career? Is my next era buying another property? Is my next era renovating a property? Is my next era, I don't know, what are you going to do? Moving towns, getting a new hobby. Like, we have to be constantly moving and growing, I think, because we are living things, right? We are living things. We're like plants, and we need to be constantly living. I love that. I love the idea that we're constantly living and growing. So there you go. What's your era? That's my observation for this Friday. Just can't stop thinking about eras and where everyone is at, because I'm nosy. But mostly where I'm at, in my space era. I might get a space suit. There you go. Happy Friday. See ya.